Good morning, Carrot Bars family. This is Mark Stevens for our host, Joe Shoop. December the 12th. The eagle flies, and we're into 2015. Hope you had a great day yesterday. I had a phenomenal day yesterday. Had a fun day yesterday. Looking for a fun day and great day today. And next week, it's going to be awesome. I'm not letting Joe out this weekend, because next week is going to be awesome. So I'm keeping him locked up. So you don't have to be looking out your back doors to see if he's there. Don't have to be worried about that. But seriously, I am phenomenal and excited. I'm almost awesome because of what we got coming and what we're going to do and what we're going to accomplish this year and this coming year. And I'll say this right quick, and then I'm going to turn it over to Joe so we can get started. The big banks are pushing your representatives to on easing the Dodd-Frank, and I know a lot of you don't know about that, but that's where the banks were required to have so much on deposits based on what they do, and now that's been stripped away, and you have become creditors to the bank. And I've been talking to you about that. We'll get into that another day later on or whatever, but right now we want to talk about some more positive things on what we're getting ready to do. So with that being said, Joe, good morning. How are you? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. As you know, we were out shopping this morning, so.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm doing great, and had a great night last night, and actually some people on the line. I think I may have figured out a way for a telephone conversation as well. I'm not sure. Just sit tight with that, and so people can actually come on the line. But I can't do it here on Webinar Jam. But so anyway, we had an exciting night last night because we had people go through part 2 of the communication class. Had a good dialogue afterwards. And today I'll be sending out the partnerships for the people to work together. And this is really, most people, Mark, tell me that this is where they really get their experience, is working with someone and role-playing and getting the scripts right, getting the posture right, getting to understand who you are. And that's a really, really big part of the training. So come Monday, we will not be on a webinar, but we'll be on our live audio where we can communicate, talk, and some people get nervous because of, we'll do a little bit of role playing. It's not a lot, but enough that people, you can hear how you sound, and people can hear how you sound, because that's as critical as, not just what you say, but how you say it. So that's where we are. We're showing people the process of communication and how to actually handle that phone call and who you are during that process so that you're comfortable. And a brand new person, I could take, Mark, today, you know this, we could take a brand new person, give them the start, which is get them the manual, get them the checklist, get them into Tools Rock, and start their process, to start the growing of their business. And within that first week, we could have that person on a telephone introducing their prospect to us in a professional manner and feeling comfortable and not worrying whether they're going to ask them questions like, where'd you get my name, and how are you making money, and how much money can I make, and what would I be doing, and is this a pyramid? All of that will be in their toolbox, and within that first week, not an expert with it, but at least comfortable to say, hey, I know how to handle that, and I may not be at my best right now, but I will be. And if you continue to practice, you will be. And that's really what we're teaching people, because this business, regardless of what anybody says, is all about communication, period.
Now, Joe, let me ask you something. If they do it right, are you going to be sending, you and Shelly going to be sending them some cheese?
Yeah, Shelly will be sending that. Listen, here's what will happen. If they don't do well, I'll have cheese sent to them, so that'll burn their mouth a little bit.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that was great. It was a great conversation last night. That was great.
Yeah, we had a really good time, and but you could see the people that are coming forward and openly talking on the call, Roger, Ann, and you can hear their dedication and hear now a different person. We're not so much a different person because I never heard them really talk, with prospects before, but you can hear their thinking is now different. Now
Uh-huh.
they understand how they have to conduct themselves as a director in training, which
Right.
is the key thing for people to understand. So what we could do this morning, Andrea as well. Okay, somebody's saying go out and come back in the chat. What's happening? Is there something wrong with the broadcast?
No, everything's fine.
Seeing some.
Everything's fine.
I think it was Shelly that's having problems in here. I don't know. There were people. Hey, Gloria. It's me. Don't know if it's me on the. Gloria, are you okay there? Are you present with us? Stand by, starting soon. I don't know what that means. Unless we're just live now, and that was from before we actually came on. So, Gloria, can you chat up there and tell us if you're able to hear us?
All good now.
Okay,
Matt
good.
says fine. Andrea says all good now.
Let me give people an update here. If you want to get in class number 1 today, you want to get up to speed, you need to send me an email and just tell me that you do. I am actually running a class at some point today. We don't know the time, and I'm one of Vic's people. Will be will be on the webinar today. So if you contact me and say, Joe, I missed it. I really want to review it. I want to do it again, or I'm a new person and I want to take the class. Just contact me and we'll make those arrangements. We're able to do that now. And Max Bondano, just if I don't call you in the next 2 hours, call me, please. So, Gloria, were you able to get in last night? No, she's there. All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see. First of all, let's see if anybody who was on that class last night has any questions at all. Yes, they can, Gloria. The answer is yes. They can still register and pay. Correct. Just need to notify me and let me know it's happening so I can check the registration and make sure that I communicate with them. And I can make that arrangement for them today, yes. We have a new way of doing it, so we're good to go. So any questions up there regarding posture, scripts, anything like that that you want me to deal with today? We had I don't know if we, how many new people are on the call here this morning as far as that were on that last night, but I'm looking at, okay, Gloria, not do the call, but I went. Yeah, okay, good. You were able to do that. Good, Gloria. All right, so questions, any questions about posture, about a question that may come up from a prospect? So I'll handle some of that for you right now. Let me go see if I can be brave enough to bring up the document. I think I can get this accomplished today. Let's give everybody a fair warning here. If by chance, just so you know, I worked last night with the admin and the customer support to learn a few more things here at Webinar Jam. Turns out that it's not on our end that's the problem. In fact, the tech person was not clear on why we were having the trouble and why the freezing was happening like it did yesterday. So they're investigating that. They're looking into it. We're screen sharing again today to make sure that all these functions work properly and that we don't get stuck. So I apologize for some of this. Victor has done a phenomenal job getting us started. It's just, and I think we understand the platform pretty well now, but some of the people, some of the things that are going wrong, the support people don't have answers for yet. So we'll get it squared away. We just keep working on it. So okay, so let me go in. I have not been screen sharing right now, but if you'd like to, Mark, do we need to maybe look at a couple excerpts from the class last night and take a look at some things?
Sure, that would be good, great to do.
Let's see what Shelley, what do you have to say there? Cynthia, Cynthia, you have to click on the volume control on the volume player itself. Gotcha. Hey, Kendra. I think that's Gloria is in YouTube just. All right. All right. So, Mark, why don't you want to handle some of that right now? I'm going to go over to. One of the things that we really shouldn't be doing is minimizing screens. So I'm going to go over and do something else right now, and I'm here, but why don't you just pick up from here, okay. And Victor, and I'm going to go over and do something right now on another browser.
Okay.
I'm going to put my picture up here as we do that. I think turn my camera off. Now, what do you see?
You're on a bike.
Got it. Okay.
Andrea, I'm going to, hopefully I'll handle this correctly if we're talking about the same thing. The company has made a change, and when somebody wants to buy a package, before they can purchase a package, they now definitely have to have their KYC documents in. Other than that, they will not be able to buy a package. So for those of you that don't know about that, that is the new procedure now with the company. You have to have your KYC documents in before you make a purchase.
Oh, really?
Yes. That is the new rule.
Wonder why they changed that.
For a few reasons. I won't go into it right now, but that's the new rule. Let me leave it. Let me just leave it there.
Okay.
And let's see what we have here. Okay. Okay, I think everything else has been pretty much handled. So, while you're doing that, I keep saying it, but I am getting giddy, and it's not because it's the holiday season either. It's because I see a lot of lives changing now and in the very near future, and all through next year. I see me getting my wish, and that wish is that people will not be so stressed. They will have financial freedom. They will have time freedom. They will have family freedom. They will do the things that they really want to do. And oh, by the way, I'll share this with you too. From 2002 to 2013, women increased going into their own business from home by 59%. Hear that, ladies? 59%. I got so excited about that, I wanted to jump out of my chair yesterday. And it's going to be bigger this year. So in other words, a lot of women are even coming out of corporate America, going home, starting a home-based business because they want to be there with their kids and be at their functions and things of that nature. These ladies are waiting for us. So ladies, let's go get them. It's a great thing that women that's saying, you know what, I'm not dealing with this glass ceiling that you guys put up or whatever. I'm not dealing with what we have to deal with. Matter of fact, I'm going home, be with my kids. I'm going to learn how to run a successful business from home. I'm going to learn how to communicate and be a connector, and I'm going to build me a business. And guess who is here to help them? We are. And the product that we have is, there's nobody else that has it like we have. So I'm excited about that, Joe. And you know, we just have to, what you say, go to WORK, go to work. So let's all pull together and go to work and bring more women into this, men too. But I was glad to hear that the women are saying, you know what, I'm taking over my own future, and I'm going to determine what it is. And we can help them to do that. So what do you think about that, Joe?
Yeah, but look, this business is mostly women, and I think people understand that. You know, they realize that, you know, first of all, I always believe this. Women are smarter than men. Hate to tell you that, men, but academically they really are. Probably men have a logical edge, but I really believe that women are smarter than men, and I think that women, you know, have more of an emotional attachment to this business than men do.
Well, let me comment on that. You know what? I've always thought that, and I've always said it. And a lot of men didn't like me saying it, but I'm one to say it. I say what I believe in my heart, and I've seen it proven. It doesn't lessen men or anything like that, but I just think they're smarter. So, you know, that's what I think. I believe that in my heart, and I've seen it proven. You know, a lot of them make better decisions than men. So, hey, you know, but whatever you think is okay. I'm not mad at anybody, and hopefully you're not mad at me. But I just believe that, and I'm one to talk about it. I say it out loud. Like I say, I believe this too. I believe you should live your life on purpose and live it out loud. And that's what I do. It's more fun that way. Just do the right thing. Do what's good for your customer and do what's right for the people around you. If you do that, you don't have any challenges. So, Joe, I had to amen you on that one.
Yep. Okay, so just trying to look at some things here I need to look at. All right, so does anybody have any questions about the class yesterday? Or today, if you want to attend that class. I left the class up in a public so that people that were late last night that wanted to go see it, they did, so I closed it off today, so you won't be able to see that. But you should have, again, you should send me an email saying, hey, I either want to be in the class, I want to participate again, or whatever. Let me know, and we will go from there. And I will make sure that today we're going to run that class. And again, I don't know what time, and I just may do it live today anyway for this person. So you just have to send me an email, let me know. Let's see, what does Andrea say? Thanks. Okay.
Oh, by the way, Matt makes.
I don't know why that's true. I'm reading something about other people being seen. I have no idea what's causing that.
I had to laugh at Matt's comment, Joe. He says, women are smarter than men, but don't tell them that. Matt, you don't have to. They know it. But it's all good.
What was the question on other people being seen?
Something about seeing Mark and all they can see is me.
Hearing Mark and seeing you?
I guess. They said all they can do is see you guys down the bottom in the film strip.
Correct.
How does that change?
You have to box yourself in order to keep it on you.
I see. Okay, so I'll undo it. Talk, Mark. Let's see. You up there now?
Yeah, it's. I don't see me when I talk. I mean, I see me down in the strip, but.
What about now? Well, you have to click you on. That's why. Every time you talk, I see you.
Okay, now you see me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but we don't want to see me. We want to see you.
Well, that's not what they just said. All right, does anybody have any questions, again, about anything, scripts, posture, and I'll end my portion of this here and then just let you take over, Mark, and maybe a review of the week and maybe a slight review of last night, why it's important to get to this class. This is it. This is the last day to get into class 1 to catch up to class 1 and 2, because Monday night it's a live call. We'll be going back and forth with role play, a partner. So if you want in on this and you want to be in this class, you have to email me today. And I know within the next few hours I'm going to do that class for Lee. Is it Lee or for Andre? And I may do that live with him today. So if you're going to contact me, contact me. So Mark, over to you, buddy.
Okay. Well, like I said, I like these comments. But anyway, let me talk about, the class is so very important because, again, it will allow you to communicate and connect, be a connector, and it will allow you to do it in a professional manner. And it's very important because, like I say, when you tell people you're in business, they think much more of you because a lot of people would like to go in business, but they don't necessarily know how, or they don't have the courage or whatever, and we can give them that courage and we can teach them how. And that makes it better for everyone. But the thing is that, in order to, it's just like we talk about marketing. Marketing is what? Is what we do to get our information in front of people. But you have to know how to do that properly, too. So when you're talking about your business and somebody contacts you, you need to know how to ask the right questions, and you need to know how to respond to the right questions, and you also need to know how to control the conversation. You don't want somebody calling you and you're not controlling the conversation. That's why in the class you learn QAQ, question, ask a question. In other words, you want to end your statements with a question. We help people start a successful business from home, Matt. Have you ever had a successful business from home? When you ask a question at the end of whatever statements you make, you stay in control of the conversation, and you will learn that in class. So those of you that went through the last couple of nights, you learned some things already, and Monday is going to be tied right down that you'll have it down to a science, and then when you get to work with a partner, that's going to be fun. You won't be by yourself, and you can work things out, and you can work things back and forth. And like I said, when you do that, it takes your business to another level. Doesn't matter how long you've been in it. There are people that's been in this business or in a professional business for 30 and 40 years, and they have taken this class and said, I thought I knew what I knew, but I learned something. And my question would be, if what you thought were true turned out not to be, when would you want to know? I would want to know now. I'd want to know now that I'm not saying the proper things in communicating with people. I'd want to know now to how do I learn the proper things that I can run my business. Communication class is the answer. So you definitely want to get involved in that. It's very, very important. And it's part of the process. It's part of the system. It's part of having a system where recruiting never stops. And guess what? You want to always be growing your business. And the way that you grow your business is that you work, number one, you have the proper tools, you have the proper system, and you have fun. I mean, you be serious, but you have fun, and you can have fun and be serious at the same time. And like I said, if you do that, get ready right now and for 2015, because we're getting ready to go on a great ride. And some things are going to happen next week, things that you've been waiting for and wanting. You're going to be able to have access to them. So, Joe, I think we got some great plans for next week, do we not?
Yeah, I also want to address Ronnie. Ronnie, call me today. Just call me today, and we'll get that handled, okay? Let me look at a couple other things here. Kendra, why don't you type your question in? It says, I do have a question. It's not about the class. What's the question? Hopefully it's something I can answer. Yeah, just call me, Ronnie, and we'll get that handled today. We'll figure that out, okay? I don't want you to miss that. Oh, Matt, I don't know the time of the class. So you just have to send me an email and put your phone number in there, and I'll call you. I think I'm going to run both those classes, but we'll just have to. Okay, I don't see any other questions up in here. Kendra, are you typing, or do you need to get something handled? There you go. Yep. Okay. So let's good. This is a good question. I got rejected by a prospect the other night. I just want to know how to handle it. Listen, I always go into a call prepared to get rid of the person on the other end. Now, it sounds a little arrogant, but I'm always prepared when I notice that the prospect is not cooperating, is trying to overpower me, trying to be a know-it-all. I don't care if they ask me question after question, but I don't want to hear the attitude that, you know, that I'm wrong and that what am I doing, and, you know, trying to object to everything, telling me they know better than me. They may know better about finances and so on about me, but they don't know enough about, they don't know more than, you know, having a successful business at Caribars, that's for sure. So I am always ready to dismiss a person, and here's how they are dismissed. I don't know what the dialogue was. We could talk about that, but I am I go in and as soon as I hear that somebody is just not on my side, and I realize, you know, I don't want to work with this person, the first thing out of my mouth is, Mary, let me ask you this question. That's exactly how the conversation or how that section starts. Mary, let me ask you a question. And that stops them in their tracks. Mary, who do you know that would be interested in a career change for the right money? And I emphasize would be, because in my mind I'm telling them, I'm thinking it's not you, and I want them to know that I realize that it's not them, without saying, look, I really don't think we have a match, because that's what most people will teach you. Look, you know what, it doesn't look like we have a match here, I think we better go. That's hard to get out of a conversation like that, and it's hard to be nice about it. It's hard to be professional if you start with that approach. But if you just say, well, Mayor, let me ask you this question. Now, in my mind, I'm going, because, you know, you're not right for me. That's what I don't say that, but in my mind, that's what I'm saying. Mary, let me ask you this question. Who do you know that would be interested in a career change for the right money? And she's going to follow up with one of two things. And 99% of the time, she's going to say, I don't know. I don't know anybody. Because she's annoyed. She wants to get out. You know, she's now a little stunned that I'm dismissing her. And she says, I don't know anybody. And I say, well, could you do me a favor? Would you please keep mine? I don't wait for an answer when I say, could you do me a favor? I say, could you do me a favor? Just keep my number handy. And if you do come across someone that would be interested in a career change and looking for a six-figure income, would you mind sending them my way? And they usually go, no, well, I wouldn't. And then sometimes they may go, look, why would I send in somebody, you know, your way, and I'm not interested myself? Something like that. I mean, that rarely happens, but that could happen. But let's just assume they say, no, I wouldn't mind. They say, great, just do me one more favor, please. Just please don't send me somebody, you know, or anybody that you wouldn't hire yourself. And wait for that response. Don't laugh. Don't act like it's a joke. Just be dead serious. As if, look, just do me that favor. Keep my number handy, and if you do come across someone that would be interested in a career change, looking for a six-figure income, would you mind sending them my way? Wait for the answer. They say, no, I wouldn't mind. Say, great, then just do me one more favor. Just please don't send me anybody or somebody that you would not hire yourself. And she said, no, I wouldn't do that. Say, great, listen, you have a wonderful day. Now, if that conversation I was having is one that I'm really not happy about because they were being a little belligerent, they were, being mean or whatever, then I end it right there. But if a person was going, Joe, this doesn't sound like this is for me, and it's a friendly conversation, at the end of asking them the question, please, and telling them, please don't send me anybody you wouldn't hire yourself. And they say, okay, no, I wouldn't do that. I may say, depending on how that conversation went, I may say, Mary, hey, would you mind if I kept you on a little bit of notice and once in a while send you some information, some updated stuff on our company, and maybe in the future you would be able to find or know someone that would be interested in that career change? Would you mind if I kept you on the list? And that way you don't have to pull them off your list, and you can keep giving them information. Who knows? Maybe they become a client if they're in your autoresponder and getting information, or every once in a while give them a call. Guy Kawasaki talks about that. I forget the name of that book. It's about creating angels. And he has people in that particular mind frame that every once in a while you just give them a call and say, hey, it's Joe Shoop. Remember, I kept you on the list. Listen, didn't know if you came across anybody. We have some updates with our company, but I thought maybe I'd ask you again, who do you know that might be interested in a career change for the right money? Have you been getting? And then that's how you build a personal relationship. Not in the beginning when you're trying to find out if they're interested. Later, if you find out that they're going to be one of your little angels who are going to help you and help you build your business, that's how you handle it. He teaches that in that book. What's the name of that book? Anybody remember? I have that book on my shelf here. I forget what that's called. It's one of Guy's books. I forget what it's called. But that's how he talks about, getting rid of people. Well, he doesn't use that terminology, but keeping them on your side. But Kendra, does that help? I mean, that's the way I get rid of everybody. I get rid of everyone by asking them very simply, let me ask you a question, Bob. Who do you know that would be interested in a career? I emphasize the word would, so it just... But he named his objections. Okay, I tried to overcome them when I couldn't. I used to... Who do you know? But even more negative. I would just say, well, just listen, thanks, and if you do come across somebody who would be interested in career change, just send them my way. And Frank, do me a favor, don't send anybody. Hire yourself, and I have to go. Thanks, you have a wonderful day. And I just hang up. I'd end their conversation. Now, if this was in an email, I wouldn't do it anyway. I wouldn't go back and forth in an email. I'd say we need to talk over the phone. If this was going back and forth in some kind of dialogue on a chat or something, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't talk to anybody like this and give them information, if that's what you're saying. I tried that, but he came back even more negative. But well, I would hang up on. I mean, I would just say, listen, I really have to go. I have another call coming in. Thanks for your time. But was this going on a phone conversation? Or was it this was back and forth in writing? Well, either way, when a person is like that, if I'm on the phone with them and they're just getting more negative, as she's saying, I would just say goodbye to them. I would say good. It was a phone after he heard my 15-minute. I see. Okay, well, again, when you notice that he's not for you, then you just excuse him, and tell him, who do you know? And he doesn't say, well, would you mind that? And he said, yeah, I would mind. And starts on things. Say, Bob, I really, I'd love to spend time with you, but just do me a favor, and I'd repeat it again. Keep thy number handy. If you do come across someone, just listen, I have another call coming in. Have a great day. I'll keep you informed if you like. And I actually, if it was somebody like that, I wouldn't even ask him that. I would just say, just have a great day. And I wouldn't say you're not for me, or I would just say, I have to run. I have another call coming in and another appointment. Have Kendra call you so we can hear what happened. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I don't know how she can call. Yeah, I'll talk to her and we'll get that conversation. But here's the gist of it. She sent it. Somebody listened to a message in a voice broadcast. They then got in a conversation and the person was negative. The minute you recognize the negativity, you got to get rid of that person. Don't spend any time with them. Don't try to convince them. Just realize, I mean, you're in a candidate search. You're looking for the right person. When you recognize that this person's being negative, they're not the right person. Don't be afraid that you're letting go a superstar. I don't know anybody that gets superstars anyway. Just let them go by doing what I said, and then if they keep it up after you say, do me a favor, don't send me anybody, want to hire yourself, and they keep up something, say, Bob, I really have to go. I'm sorry, I have another appointment coming in, and I wish you well, and I would go.
Yeah, Joe, another thing to keep in mind, remember, who are the candidates that we're looking for? We're looking for people that are honest, ambitious, that are interested in having a successful business from home. If they don't have that interest, they're not our type of people anyway.
Yeah,
so you just try to bow gracefully. Sometimes some people will not let you bow gracefully, but like you said, you end the conversation, hey, Joe, I have another call coming in, please keep my number, and, like you said, and just end it that way. That's all you can do. Everybody is not going to be a candidate.
Yeah. All right, well, I'm done with my little talk today. I don't know if you have anything to say. Victor, thanks for your help again. We'll get together today with the admin today.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you a call in a little while, and we'll do a screen share.
You staying on?
Yeah, I'm going to stay on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll stop the broadcast. Mark, you want to say goodbye, and then I'll stop the broadcast?
Yeah. Well, again, get ready for some exciting things. Go out today. Make it a great day. Peace and blessings to everyone. Go out, change your life, change your career, city, state, country, and most of all, help us to change this world. But let us first be the change in us that we like to see in the world. So with that being said, this is Mark Stevens, our host, Joe Shoop, saying peace and blessings, everyone. Make it a great day, and we will see you Monday back here again on The Breakfast Club. Make it a great day, everybody.